Very important note. Some of the characters in this series have different ethnic cultural backgrounds and actions that match with their cultures. None of these characters are in any way meant to be offensive. All of these multicultural characters are either based on my own ethnic background or based off of actual people that inspired these characters. Other than that, please enjoy the show.
Life is full of phantoms floating through Jamaa. Some can understand them, and some can't at all. Just remember to watch your back and never let them make you fall. Deep within you lies a power greater than them all.
One more fair warning. Beginning with episode 5, you will start to notice that the plot will take a darker turn. Viewer discretion is advised.
Greetings, Jammers of Jamaa. I am Scarletta Fieryturtle of the Fieryturtle Federation of Light. We exist for one purpose only, to assist both the Jammer and Phantom universe. Lately, however, we have not been able to accomplish that. There's been such a divide, such disagreement, such discord between both universes. Every time Jammers spot a Phantom, they attack, or if a Phantom spots a Jammer, they attack. Has anyone ever asked, why? Why is this the case? I'm here to answer that for you. Oh, there is so much they haven't taught you in Jamaa's schools, dear Jammer. Why Phantoms invade, why we as a species are so misunderstood, and why things are currently looking so bleak for both the Jammer and Phantom universe. Brace yourself for a very tragic story. The Phantom universe consisted of many kingdoms, but the kingdoms that were next to each other were Kingdom Phasmia, the kingdom that Foci and I ruled, and Kingdom Ignia, kingdom that Tashiana ruled. Before I go into that, I'm going to reveal a bit about my backstory. When I was in high school, I had this so-called friend named Tashiana Tempeline, but she turned out to be a snake. I would try to avoid her every time we ran into each other in the hallways, because I found that her true nature and true plan was to invade Jamaa, the Jammer universe. I was terrified of her. I know we had been best friends before, but the reason I cut her off so easily is because I was terrified. In my family, we were always taught to protect the Jammer universe and the Phantom universe. To hear that her actions were going to be the opposite of that terrified me. Not to mention, I wanted to protect the thing I loved most. Now let me just tell you, Foci was the sweetest guy on Earth. The sweetest Phantom I've ever met. All he wanted to do was help people and lift people out of their depression and just be inspiring. He was always willing to lend a helping hand to whoever needed it. He would tutor students. He was the sweetest thing ever. And the story I'm about to tell you is so devastating. Pardon me, I'm trying not to cry. Throughout all of high school, Tashiana grew obsessed with Foci, constantly trying to take him away from me because she loved him so much. But I knew it wasn't real love. It was obsession and possessiveness that she wanted to use him for. She wanted to use him to invade Jamaa, but I was not going to allow this. Now this event here takes place 3 years before Ellipsity was born, in the spring of 1995. To think 2 years had passed since we all left high school, and Tashiana was still dead set on getting Foci.
Oh, thank Mira for this beautiful day.
The date was Tuesday, March 21st, 1995. Foci's 21st birthday, and Tashiana had a trick up her sleeve. Oh, Foci! Foci, remember me? It's Tashiana from high school.
Oh, hi, Tashiana. I didn't expect to see you here.
Please just hear me out. I know during high school, I was a pain, but I just want to say that I'm very sorry for all the things I did to you and Scarletta. I didn't mean to ruin your relationship. Scarletta is the luckiest girl on Earth to get to be with a Phantom like you. I just want to apologize for all my actions.
No, you're fine, Tashiana. It's okay. It's in the past. In fact, I'm okay with even being friends with you now.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. I don't even know what to say. I was just about to go engage to him as his birthday present, but to see this happen, it made me so mad. Hey, back off, okay? Back off. Tashiana, go.
Scarletta, don't worry, she's just a friend now. She apologized for everything she did in high school.
This always happens to me. I meet someone I fall in love with, and they don't love me back. And then someone else gets in the way. Am I ever gonna find someone to love?
Oh no, Tashiana, don't worry.
Dude, stop comforting her. She's trying to manipulate you.
I just want to help. What is so wrong with that?
I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. I love you, Foci. I can't deal with this. I truly, deeply love you, and Scarletta's been in the way. I just don't know what to do. I'm sorry, but I'm so lost. I want to marry you, Foci. I just want to be with you. Not to invade Jamaa, but just to have someone to care about me.
All those years of bullying in high school was because you loved me?
I could not restrain myself that day. It was like I had been possessed. But I could not risk seeing Foci get hurt by her. I went off and attacked Tashiana. I punched her so many times. To this day, I still regret my actions, because Foci became afraid of me for 2 weeks. I didn't get to engage to him until 3 weeks later. I'll never forgive myself for ruining his birthday. On the morning of April 11th, 1995, I went looking for Foci to apologize for everything. But he shocked me with the biggest surprise of my life.
Will you marry me?
Never had I heard anything more beautiful in my life. It was like a dream come true. And so the best years of my life would begin on Saturday, June 17th, 1995, when Foci and I wedded. Tashiana was no longer bothering us, and everything was just wonderful. I couldn't even conceive of how wonderful things were. This was the happiest I'd ever been in my entire life. Foci made me feel like I was everything. He was my everything. He lifted me up when I was down. He was just more than a boyfriend and a husband. He was my best friend. He lifted my poor family out of poverty. The Fieryturtles became a royal family for once. Our marriage was frowned upon by many people because I was just a peasant and he was royalty, but we didn't care. We broke those customs. The next few years for the kingdom of Phasmia were going to be wonderful years when he was king and I was queen. Oh, Coronation Day, another wonderful day in our history. Though we only dressed up that fancy for that occasion. We became a kingdom like no other, because we were basically best friends with all of our subjects. Foci was so down to earth and pure that he never regarded anyone as beneath him, and he helped anyone who was in poverty. He used his riches to everyone else's advantage. He was completely selfless. He even let himself adopt my last name, Fieryturtle. In May of 1996, the Fieryturtle Federation of Light was founded, and we started helping subjects around the kingdom one by one. By February of 1997, we had already helped so much of the kingdom, but we both agreed that something was missing in our lives. Foci, honey, don't get me wrong. I love being rulers of this wonderful kingdom, but I just feel like something's missing. Like, we could have something else in our lives that would just make things 10 times better, you know?
To be honest, I actually feel the same way lately. You know, I've always wanted to have a kid.
But 1 year later, on April 6th, 1998, our dreams had been answered with a son. Welcome home, baby Ellipsity.
You know, Scarletta, I can already tell. Ellipsity is going to be the best son in the world.
Ugh. Scarletta does not deserve someone like you, Foci. You deserve so much better than a rat like her. I'm gonna make sure something is done about this. I will no longer be married to King Dynaby Shymaster in my kingdom, Igmia. Ugh.
Foci and I had truly been blessed by Mira. Ellipsity was the greatest son ever, just as Foci predicted. He had the spirit of his father. The kingdom loved him just as much as Foci, and they believed that he was going to be a great king one day, a wonderful heir to the throne. This seemed to be the case, only up until 1999.
Scarletta, what's wrong? Where's the baby?
He's in the hospital. He has Halusha poisoning, the dangerous kind, the one that makes phantoms hallucinate.
Wait, what? Halusha poisoning? Isn't that the fruit that Tashiana tried to poison you with back in high school?
Yes,
And Ellipsity's been poisoned by this. I figured out exactly why the whole kingdom is now experiencing this poisoning. Someone injected Halusha powder into our goods, our fruits, our vegetables, our food. It's being imported into our kingdom. From guess who? Ignia, where Tashiana rules.
You don't suppose, that she's still angry about high school, is she?
Foci, I'm worried. She's the only one who knows where that fruit is located.
Hey, don't sweat it, Scarletta. We're gonna talk to Tashiana at dinner tonight. We're gonna resolve this the calm way. You're not gonna attack her like you did last time.
Fine, but don't expect me to be nice to her, especially after she poisoned our son. The dinner was delicious, Foci and Scarletta.
Let's not get off topic, Tashiana. We're discussing why you poisoned our kingdom.
Poisoned? What on earth could you be talking about? I would never poison your kingdom. Never.
Oh, really? Then how come when our kingdom trades with your kingdom, the imported goods have Halusha powder injected into them? We have discovered that there is Halusha powder injected into our bananas, our apples, our everyday groceries. They've been injected with that powder, and it's poisoned our son and many other people in the kingdom.
Look, Tashiana, we want to believe you, but you're the only one who knows this fruit's whereabouts. You never told anyone else where it's located.
That's true, I never told anyone, but maybe someone else knows now, and they're poisoning your kingdom. The board patrol is probably not doing their job and inspecting the goods enough.
Will you do me a favor and drop the act?
I would never poison your kingdom.
I said to drop the act!
Scarletta, please, don't make this turn ugly.
I'm not kidding. I'm serious. I would never poison your kingdom. I love your kingdom.
What a snake.
If I remember correctly, you vowed never to share with anyone where you found it. Who else do you think would do this? Who else would be able to find the Halusha fruit?
I don't know, but I have the cure. I'll prove it to you. I will.
Do you happen to have it on you?
Well, no, but you can meet me tomorrow in the park and I'll give it to you. Meet me tomorrow, 6 a.m. Unfortunately, however, I have to go right now. I have something to attend to. Thank you so much for the dinner. I truly appreciate it. Foci and Scarletta, have a wonderful evening.
What do you think about this, Scarletta?
I say she's full of it. I'm gonna go talk to her right now. Ugh.
Tashiana! Yes, Scarletta? How can you be so heartless? How could you do this to my kingdom? To my son? You've poisoned him, don't you see? I never poisoned your kingdom, Scarletta. You always do this to me. You always ruin the things I love. Ever since high school, you've tried to make me miserable. Can you just stop? We're adults now. We can't continue this high school drama. Thanks to you, Ellipsity could have a permanent case of tenoitis now. All that Halusha powder he has inhaled can screw him up for life. Please, just give me a chance to prove that I can help your kingdom. To help your son.
Bye, Scarletta. Okay, time to go get that cure. Tashiana.
Foci, you've come. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yup, I've come for that cure.
Can I just say, I love your kingdom so much.
Ugh, Ignia never looks this beautiful in January. It looks like it's spring already. You are the luckiest people ever. I wish I lived in Phasmia.
That's really nice, and I'd like to stay and chat, but I need that cure ASAP.
I know, but first can I just say, Foci, you are the best. You are just so kind. Thank you for coming and meeting up with me today. It truly means a lot. I was terrified you weren't going to show up. Thank you for coming.
Tashiana, I need that cure. Our son is really sick, and our kingdom is sick too. Please, just give me the cure. We can talk later.
Oh, of course. I'm so sorry, Foci. Silly me. You're just so easy to get distracted by. You're that amazing.
I appreciate the kind words, but we're running out of time. Our son is really sick.
Here it is. I call this formula the BRB. Body Renewal Blob. It's a syrup-like substance that will cleanse out all the toxins of everyone in this kingdom. Trust me, it'll work wonderfully.
Are you sure? I'm gonna have to try out this BRB for myself.
Oh, of course, Foci. Please do. Be my guest.
Alright, here goes nothing.
Just
taste it. Isn't it delicious? It's blueberry flavored. Because it's blue.
True, it's good, but... Ah, that was so sticky running down my throat.
It is very sticky, I grant you. It's the stickiest stuff ever, but trust me, it'll work so well.
I can barely...
Oh, silly you. That stuff is really lethal. You should have looked at the labels first. That syrupy stuff cannot go down your throat very well. It's gonna get caught in your arteries, and once it hardens, it's going to squeeze all the vital phantom blood into your tenuisha, the bone that allows you to transform. And once that tenuisha gets overwhelmed with all the phantom goop, it'll burst. Don't take this personally, Foci. You're amazing, but Scarletta doesn't deserve someone like you. And if you can't be mine to gain, then you have to be Scarletta's to lose.
I can't breathe.
Oh, Scarletta, look what you've done. You've cost your whole family because you didn't hand Foci over to me. What a dum-dum. Hey, yo, Foci! If the poisoning did not already get your son, I'll be back for him too so we can try this awesome formula.
Help! Scarletta!
Foci!
Scarletta!
No!
Protect our son!
Foci!
He's
Oh,
in danger.
Foci, don't leave me,
Tashiana's
please. I'll
gonna
get help.
try to poison him.
Oh, Foci,
I
don't
love
leave
you,
me, please. I'll
Scarlett.
get help.
Tell
Don't leave
Nipsey
me.
I love him.
Foci, I need you. I need you. Don't leave me.
King Foci Fieryturtle has been pronounced dead as of today, Saturday, January 23rd, 1999, at 11:35 a.m. Allegedly poisoned by Queen Tashiana Temple Lion of Kingdom Ignia.
We stand here at Phasmia Lake Park, where King Fieryturtle was meeting up with Queen Temple Lion to pick up a cure for the Halusha poisoning that has affected most of the kingdom.
The Phasmia Naval Army has sent out their troops to go search for Temple Lion, who was reportedly seen stepping through the portal to the Jamaa universe, known as Jamaa.
I would never poison our King Fieryturtle. She's over there! Get her! This is a tremendous loss for not only the kingdom of Phasmia, but for the entire Phantom universe. Fieryturtle was on the verge of helping each kingdom's economy. Why would someone do this to our king? He was only 24 years old.
He did not deserve this. I hope whoever did this to him is found and put away immediately. We want justice for Fieryturtle.
So why did so many phantoms come through the portals? Because they're looking for Tashiana. They want her found. I don't think it's worth it to find her. Nothing's gonna bring Foci back to life. Nothing. They're unable to tell who is a Tenuum and who is not because they aren't Tenuum phantoms. No Tenuums are willing to go through the portal. They didn't think it was worth it. Any animal they see, they hope could be Tashiana in a Tenuum form. They're so grief-stricken, so angry, that every time they see an animal, they put it to sleep. They destroy property, everything in the Jamaa universe, because they're so angry at Tashiana, and they just want to find her. The only reason I go to the Jamaa universe, and am currently at PBAJ, is because it is my job to protect the Jamaa world. I'm no longer queen of Phasmia, if you're wondering. An unmarried woman cannot be queen. I was a widow, that still counts. So my sister is currently ruling, but still to this day, the economy in all the kingdoms is still terrible. We will never recover from this. We will never stop missing Foci. Now, you're probably wondering, wait, there were phantoms invading way before the year 1999. Well, of course there were. That was from the kingdom Ignia, our opposite kingdom. The phantoms were the Temple Lions rule, and the Temple Lions had their tradition. They got defeated by the Alphas, though. And after that, phantoms only snuck through the portal once a year, completely hiding in the shadows, putting millions of innocent jammers to sleep with their evil chant. The Temple Lions were the only kinds of phantoms that would go through the portal during those thousands of years. However, in 1999, after the death of Foci, millions of phantoms stormed through that portal. No one knew where they came from. They came from the kingdom of Phasmia, looking for Tashiana. No matter how often you try to defeat these phantoms and adventures, they just keep coming back. They're not gonna stop until they find Tashiana and bring her back to the kingdom of Ignia once and for all.
And if you're wondering, who is that Phantom King we see in Adventures? That's Tashiana's father, Kyoto Temple Lion.
No way! My daughter Tatyana? She took the life of Foci? She is in so much trouble! I'm going to the Jammer universe to find her. I'm going to have to contact the kings of the other kingdoms for backup. Tatyana! Where are you?
Basically, thousands of years ago, the only phantoms that invaded were from the kingdom of Ignia, and it was part of a Temple Line family tradition. However, when they were defeated, the tradition continued in secret. But then in 1999, after Foci died, all those phantoms returned, and they have not left. And as for my son Ellipsity, in order to protect him, I had to give him up to an orphanage just 3 days after Foci died.
My baby, I'm sorry I have to do this. I wouldn't do it if you weren't in danger living with me. There's this crazy woman who wants to get you. She got your father and now she wants to get you too. I'm sorry I have to do this, but I can't risk losing you too. As long as you're with me, you're always going to be at risk. I want you to live a normal life. I don't want this woman to hurt you. I hope and pray you don't have tendinitis now. Goodbye, my son. Mommy!
You know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're halfway through season 1. I know this episode was really, really sad. I know it probably made some people cry, and if it didn't, well, then I guess some people just aren't as emotional. I cried 3 times when editing this because it's so emotional. I mean, like, if you really apply it to yourself, you can see how depressing it is, because Foci and Scarletta were very close, and then all of a sudden Tashiana just takes that away from her. I know this episode was probably more of a mature, darker plot, but sometimes in life these things happen, and since my series is sort of a reality/fantasy, I tried to make it as realistic as possible and to show that these things in life happen, and sometimes they happen for a reason. What reason could this be? We don't know yet. But now that we've gotten the first 5 episodes out of the way, episode 6 will be the start of the actual story at PBAJ and the events that take place there. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, I'm doing a giveaway like every single episode just to reward you guys for watching it. Just like every other giveaway, I want you to put your username, what you liked and didn't like about the episode, and what your hopes are for the remaining episodes, because there's only 5 left. We're halfway through season 1. There's 10 episodes, and season 1's gonna end before October is over. Yeah, this means I have a lot of work to do for the next month. But yeah, no matter. I have tons of fun working on this series, honestly. It doesn't even feel like a job to me. It's a lot of fun. I love working on this series. I don't even care how many views it gets at this point. I'm just happy to be working on it because it's so much fun. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you brought tissues to this episode, and yeah, I hope you feel a little better with this giveaway. Oh, don't be dumb, Ellipsity. A giveaway is not going to heal everyone's hearts after the death of King Foci. What is wrong with you? Your own father we're talking about. So you actually made it the whole way through? You watched the entire video? Thank you so much if you did. Well, of course you did, unless you skipped to this part, you know what I'm saying. But thank you for watching. You're always welcome here, whether you're subscribed or not. And always remember this, never fear your uniqueness. If you have creative ideas, let them out. I'm here to inspire y'all. See you all next video. Bye.